Good morning, B2. I'm just going to make a quick video for your math lesson 2.12 that you should be working on today. Sorry we can't be together, but this is kind of a day for us to get our planning done so we can see you all next week on either Monday or Tuesday, or Monday or Thursday, depending on if you are on A schedule or if you're on B schedule. So we're doing addition today is what we're working on, but we're working on some different strategies for adding. So if you think about it, what are some different ways you could add? You could just count up all the apples you had in the basket and see how many you had. Let's say you had 2 baskets, you just count them all up, so you just count them together. You could say, okay, I know I have 5 apples over here and there's 2 more over here. I don't need to count these 5. I can just go 5 and then count on 1, 2. So 5, 6, 7. So you can just count on. That's another strategy. Or one that we really started working on now was using doubles. So that's kind of something you just have to memorize, like double ones. That's 2. 1 and 1 is 2. Double twos. 2 plus 2 is 4. Double threes is 6, and so on. So those are kind of those things you have to memorize. We're going to start moving into like doubles plus 1 or doubles plus 2. That's another good strategy to use. So I'm going to share my screen and put some cards up here. And I just want you to think, how would you add these 2 numbers together? So here is my first one. It looks like I have a domino of 3 and 1. I could just count them all up and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could, in my mind, go, I know this is 3. I'm just going to count on 1. So 3, 4. Those are 2 quick ways to do that. If I were to flip this domino around, is it still going to be the same number? Kind of like when we did the coat hanger and we turned it around and we saw 1 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 1, right? We get 4 both ways. But one thing that really helps you when you're adding is if you start with the bigger number and count on the smaller number, that will just make it go a little bit quicker for you. So let me show you another one. Let me show you this one. This one here I have 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have a 2 and a 5. So 2 plus 5, or, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and get my answer 7. Or I could do a count on and start with that bigger number. If you know this is 5 already, just come over and add on 2. Go 5, 6, 7. It goes so much quicker than going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like I flipped the other one around last time. If I start here with my bigger number 5, count on 2. I just, in my head, I go 5, 6, 7. So that's a quick way to do that. Let's look at this one. Oh, what is this one? If you start memorizing your doubles, you know if this is 5, 5 and 5 is 10. So you should have 5 plus 5 equals 10. And that is another, that's a double. So it's like 4 and 4 is 8. 5 and 5 is 10, 6 and 6 is 12. It's just some of those things you have to kind of memorize, okay? Here's another one. Looks like I have 3 and I have 4. I could just count them all up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I could go 3 plus 4. I could go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I could flip it around and start with my bigger number. If I'm going from left to right, I would go 4, 5, 6, 7. Or if you know your doubles, if you know that, because if I take one of these away, I have 3 and I have 3. If you know that double 3 is 6, you can just add 1 more and have 7. So that's why it's really important to memorize your doubles, okay? Here's another one. This is a lot of dots on this domino. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can put an 8 here. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can do 8. I could count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Or I could, whoops, in my mind go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and just start with the bigger number and count on the smaller number. Or if I were to cover, let's say, these two middle ones up here, I would have a 6 and a 6. And if I knew my doubles, and I know 6 and 6 is 12, and I see that there are two more, I can do a double 6 plus 2. And double 6 is 12, plus 2 more would be 14. So there's like 3 different ways you could add that up. I have a word problem I'm going to show you. Oh, we're zoomed in really far. Let me just walk you through this because you're going to see some word problems today in your workbook that I'm wanting you to be able to do. So it says, Dorothy has lost 4 teeth this year. She has now lost 9 teeth in total. Ooh, remember when we did parts and totals? Now we're coming up with a total. How many teeth did she lose in the years before? Well, in this year she's lost 4. That's one of our parts. So I'm going to say that's a part of our problem. And then she has 9 teeth, and we see in total, there's our total. So if I'm writing an addition problem, I can take one part is 4 plus how many did she lose in the years before? That's what we don't know, but our total always goes out here after the equals, and our total we know was 9. So I can go 4 plus what equals 9 will give me this answer. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 5. So our answer is 5. So when you see those word problems today, find out the parts. If there's a missing part, just make a blank for that. If you know your total, put it right after the equal sign. Another way you could do this is you could do, I've seen some of you do this on your work before. You said, well, the total is 9. I'm going to subtract out the part that I know, minus 4. 9 minus 4 is also 5. So there's a couple different ways. We've been focusing on addition, so I set it up as addition first with my 2 parts and my total. Or if you want to wrap your brain around that it's subtraction, you could say, I know the total minus a part that we already know will give us the part that we don't know, okay? So if you go ahead and open your math book and stepping stones to page 76, it looks like this. It says 2.12 at the top. And it's page 76 down here. I'll give you just a minute to get there. So 2.12 up here at the top. And it says addition, reinforcing strategies, count on and doubles. So 2.12 and page 76 down here, okay? Up here in the step in, it says, what addition fact would you write to match each domino? Well, down here it says, circle the dominoes that show 3 plus 4, or circle the domino that shows 3 plus 4. Well, this one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not a 3 or a 4, so it can't be that one. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, looks like it's right there, so I can circle that one. How would you figure out the total? What are some of the different strategies that you could use? Well, we could just do the count on. We could just go, or just count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or we could think of this as double 3, 3 and 3. If we know 3 and 3 is 6, add 1 more is 7. Or we could start with the bigger number 4 and count on 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's see what our friends down here did. This little guy says, I know that double 3 is 6, so 3 plus 4 is 1 more. And we did that where I covered this up and I said we have 3 and 3 is 6 plus 1 more would give us 7. This guy says, I would count on from 4. So he started with the bigger number, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So he starts with the bigger number. There's tons of different ways. There's no right or wrong way to do this. If one student chooses one way and another student chooses another, that's perfectly okay. As long as you all end up with 7, then you've got the right answer. So down here, it says, what about the other dominoes? What strategy could you use to figure out each total? I'll let you think about these ones we didn't circle. Are you just going to start with the bigger number, count on the small? Are you going to think a double plus a 1? You're going to take the bigger number, count on 1, or you're going to count them all? You decide how you want to do those. Down here, it says, write each total. Then write D on the facts that you solved by thinking about a double, okay? So let me pick one. Well, right here, 7 and 7, that's a double, and that's 14, and then I can put a D here because I use a double. Down here on this one, 8 plus 9, I could think double 8s plus one more, so double 8s is 16, plus one more is 17, and I could put a D next to that one. I'll let you work on those others on your own. Over here now, it says solve each problem and show your thinking. I'm gonna do number A for you, and then you'll do B, C, and D on your own. So Lisa counts 8 stickers in her workbook. Dion has 1 more sticker than Lisa. How many stickers do they have in total? So we're trying to figure out the total that goes out here after the equals. So that's what we don't know. I'll put a little question mark out there. So Lisa counts 8. Dion has 1 more sticker than Lisa. So if Lisa has 8, plus, we can't just say plus 1 more, because Dion has 1 more than Lisa. Lisa has 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So Dion has 9. So 8 plus 9 will give us the total. I could think double 8s. Double 8s is 16. Plus 1 more is 17. So 17 stickers. I will let you finish those on your own. Down here, the step ahead, you need to write a word problem that you could solve by thinking about a doubles fact. So you could use apples, you could use stickers like they did up here, you could use Pokemon cards, maybe you have this many and your friend has this many, how many do you have all together? You get creative with that, okay? So I hope that helps you out on doing lesson 2.12. You also have the blue homework 2.12 to finish today. And guess what? I'll see a lot of you on Monday, and the other half of you I will see on Thursday. Bye-bye, guys. Have a nice weekend.